Good old reviews. Most people use them to check the best places to celebrate, to have a dinner date, or just to know the hottest places in town.
Yep, that's me.
Help me!
But there's always that review, that one you know that has the potential of turning into a meme or a very viral, powerful tweet. And we know how happy viral tweets can make me. I mean, how do you think Gordon Ramsay became popular? By shredding into pieces someone else's job, of course. Do you want to see some? Okay, let's get ready. But before we start reading some clever words, don't take any of this personal, okay? Some people just want to have fun and others just want to eat. And sadly for them, they ate in a crappy place and that crappy experience is our source of enjoyment. So, let's start.
What the fuck? Let's go.
Do you know the Mamafuka Sama bar in New York, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, as popular as it is, of course, you can find some fatty reviews.
Dan W. Pork buns equals disgusting. I've had pork buns in many different places. In Hong Kong, in Flushing, Queens, Nai takeout it is one of my favorite foods. But these were by far the worst pork buns I've ever had, hands down. My wife is Chinese and absolutely hates to not finish everything on her plate. After 2 bites of the pork bun she apologized and said she literally just couldn't take any more. I completely agree. The meat was about 90% fat. I don't mean a little fat. I mean pure complete fat.
This is the first of several comments talking about fatty food. Come on, they were just taking care of you. They didn't want you to be so cold.
Woody V. At 4:56 p.m. me and my other 3 friends went to Namafuku. The guy at the bar told us that they will be open for dinner at 5 p.m. We asked him if we can just sit down and wait till the service time. He told us no. I just feel like why that they didn't let the customers sit down and wait.
Now some people are just upset because they can sit for 4 minutes. Some people get very feisty. Any restaurant that has the name Ches, you know what you're getting into. Something very classy, orange, everyone has good posture. So let's see what a place like this one has to offer.
Richard W. I'm not going to take the time to explain every detail of my experience with this restaurant. I was a strict vegetarian at the time I visited this restaurant.
Wake up.
Daddy, chill.
I called months ahead for the reservation for myself and friends. I was assured they served vegetarians. I called just prior to our engagement and they once again assured me that they catered to vegetarians. When we arrived, they made it in a way acted as if I were like the loudest bounce in the world when I mentioned that I was a vegetarian. Suffice it to say the preparation, presentation, and price were an abomination for what was served.
2 days later.
In addition, my friends weren't exactly overwhelmed with their meal.
He said he won't take the time to explain, and then proceeds to explain. He said several times he's a vegetarian, and that he had planned everything, until he got there and basically hell broke loose. It's safe to say that his friends didn't enjoy this experience either, probably because of the discussion.
Kristen S. They served us bread with butter. I asked the waiter if we could have olive oil and vinegar instead. Minutes later, he came back with the olive oil and a sheepish, apologetic smile on his face. Here's the olive oil. I checked with the kitchen. The only vinegar we have is 100 years old balsamic vinegar, and it's really expensive. Hence, they didn't give us any WTH. For the price we were paying for the lackluster tasting menu, you'd think they could spare a few drops of the goddamned 100-year-old vinegar. It's not as if we were gonna drink a whole gallon of it.
How about this? Well, yes, you're paying some extra cash for bread, but we're talking about the holy grail of vinegar. If you can pay for bread with garlic, you don't get to ask to spare some drops. Per se, in New York sounds like the it place to be. But is it though? Let's see these contradicting opinions.
Peter S. You can definitely skip this place. This issue is not the cost, yes it is pricey, but the dismal food. The food is tasteless, bland, and genuinely unappealing. A Swanson's TV dinner from a microwave would be a considerable step up. They should add McDonald's to the menu, burgers, fries and shakes, so that guests will have something to eat. Basically this place is a parody of frou-frou, sure cuisine. The joke is definitely on the customers who generally don't seem to get it.
Now, there are two types of people: the ones who don't want McDonald's class food and...
Ariel B, yo, WTF. This place didn't even have chicken nuggets.
Oh my god!
Why does everyone like it so much? And WTF is creme fraiche anyway. Can't dip French fries in that.
And the people who won't complain about McDonald's food for the price they're paying. And I couldn't agree more. Let's get some chicken nuggets. 11 Madison Park, also in New York, is one of those places that you just know what's gonna happen. Like John knew.
John S. Running a carrot through a meat grinder and then presenting it with some other raw ingredients for me to mix is not what I pay for at a restaurant. What do I know about mixing flavors in proper proportions? I'm not a chef. It was so obnoxious and lazy. They made a big production out of some beer made only for them, but it tasted like a repackaged Budweiser. You know what else I don't like? Eating foam like an infant that can't chew real food. The service was fine, but nothing can make up for the alleged meal we were served.
1. It's not salad, it's art. More like conceptual. A conceptual salad. So, if you have some spare money, instead of going into a museum, go and enjoy some tomato soup. Or just go and buy some Campbell's canned soup. Again, if a restaurant has a French variation, you should look after your posture and check if your white shoes are clean.
Murda G. If you want to go to a restaurant and pay over $300 and come out still hungry, this is the place for you. This place sucks. Don't trust the good reviews on this place because most these good reviews are written by the owner of the restaurant. Stay away from this place.
Look, I get the gourmet fad, but please, if you're willing to spend $300, at least consider throwing a Happy Meal in there. Or a toy. Can you picture it? A bland meal with a McDonald's toy next to it? It's a childhood memory. We're on the other side of the world now. In Greece to be more exact. So what are the things you must try before going? Well, let's check TripAdvisor.
Firstly, I must mention to you that my friends and I, we like trying new cuisines and flavors. We go out for food at least twice a month and we usually don't buy over 20-25 I per Person.
Auf der Heide blüht ein kleines Blümelein.
I must also declare to you that we don't have strange willing on food. We decided to go to this restaurant as we wanted to eat traditional Greek cuisine, and we read for this place in Athenorama magazine, a kind of guide magazine published every week for Athens city.
Julian!
Experience was not good. I would never go again to this place for any reason, and I don't recommend this restaurant, not even to my worst enemy. In a few words, you should better try McDonald's on the main road, opposite the restaurant. That bet.
2,000 years later.
Well, if you had the time to read that,
No!
then you know he didn't like. The food was okay, and of course the waiters were in such a good mood that they danced and didn't work properly. And I'm sensing a patron over here. He also recommends McDonald's. Jeez, I think I'll get a cheeseburger after this.
If I could give this place a -0, I would. Now that they remodeled this place, it's even slower than a turtle. Why? MCD has gone downhill. Nobody is at the register. Whether you order online or stand in a very long line, be prepared to wait half to 1 hour wait. Understaff. Where is the cashier? Where is the cook? Where are the workers? I have been here several times and it's super slow. I just want to have tea. Takes too long. Well, this is my once in a while meetup place.
Remember what I said about McDonald's? Well, of course it doesn't have fans like most things. But going to Mickey D's just for a tea? Come on, at least get some french fries with your order. And remember, most people who work there are the most stressed out teenagers you'll ever experience in life.
Terrible service. Person put me on hold and forgot about me. I walked into the restaurant while still on the phone. Girl up front was apologetic. When the girl asked the other guy if he left someone on the phone, the guy said straight to my face, and the girl's face, no. I proceeded to show them my phone, and how I was still on home. Then the guy came up with a brilliant cover-up of "oh yeah, I got busy." Zero accountability with terrible customer service. Don't work in customer service if you don't want to provide a good customer service.
So, customer service can be tricky, but what can you reply when the order is already late and the restaurant leaves you hanging on the phone? You make up excuses just like anyone else. Oh, and I just hope she didn't have to wait another extra half hour to get her food and some soggy fries with the tasteless chicken.
This place is extremely overpriced, has small portions, and very mediocre food. On top of being a very small portion size and 15 美元, the noodles were stuck together, likely a product sitting out for too long before being cooked, and the sauce was not traditional dan sauce, tasted like a pre-made mix.
Emotional damage!
If you're a fan of Chinese food, you know the very best food you can have is cheap and it's street food. Untrustworthy, questionable, and off-color cooked meals prepared right in front of you. So when I found this review, I couldn't say I was shocked since it looked like an overpriced place that tries to sell good food presented in smaller portions. I gotta say, A for effort. And very Instagram friendly. Well, there you have it. A few different reviews that can help you choose what you're gonna have for dinner tonight. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.